It's Miss Drama here on BTR, and your one and only drama queen is in the studio with another exclusive artist interview. So today's guest is a local rapper who has started a movement from his love of making music and producing. Now gearing up for his next project, this artist is here today to show us why hip-hop makes him a soldier of life. So when we come back, we'll have Caper in the hot seat. It's another drama queen exclusive here on BTR.
Just got paid and I got a little money to burn. Gotta get laid, gotta find me a sexy girl. Girl, you a lead, hey, yes indeed, hey, you're gonna lead, hey, hey, hey. Girl, you a lead, hey, yes indeed, hey, you're gonna lead, hey, hey. Girl, you girl, you a
lead.
Girl, you girl, you a
lead.
drama queen. Yo, hey, that one on him cut I can't cut you into 1 penny, can't buy your shoe. I know for them off a lot to them, see what you want to them, try copy, and can't come close to you.
You are in tap on, no careless slap on, a girl can't step in on your show.
Girl.
Like a passa, left them at attack and a girl can't hotter than you.
Drama
And you
girl.
a flap them 1 by 1.
Drama
And you
girl.
a flap them 2 by 2.
Drama queen.
That's a drama queen hot, right?
Yeah. Hey, she's hot.
She's blazing, everybody wants her name, and I gotta get her home with me tonight.
She's hot.
She's blazing, everybody wants her name, and I gotta get the drama queen tonight.
Most people know what depression is. Almost everyone suffers from occasional depression with symptoms like sadness, pessimism, and low energy. It is only when depression lasts 2 weeks or more that it becomes a clinical disorder, at which point it is called major depression. It is important to understand.
My mental position is ripping the prison, crushing the cues of solitude in the common mood. My attitude is righteous, connect the points of longitude. Most of you dudes confused and breaking the rules. So I shatter your thoughts into pieces out of the queue. Let the truth be seen, come clean, reach for your life. The anvil is heavy, water just rusty the knife. Formulate a whole plan and build up your whole stance. The world that fell apart is lit like an avalanche. Too many victims are sticking, overlooking what is written. Too many stupid decisions, risking the lives you're giving. Check the warning label, it's printed across the table. Stuck in the aftermath, lost the lessons from class, but the needle is skipping. Running past the phonograph, tossing your stash, running fast in a flash, turning your head back to see a man in a mustache. And yo, I'm stuck in a cube, don't know what to do. These walls is closing in, and I'm burning my bridge. It's illusions of life, that's how I learned from birth. How the hell did I make my whole life so worth? And yo, I'm stuck in a cube, don't know what to do. These walls is closing in, and I'm burning my bridge. It's illusions of life, that's how I learned from birth. How the hell did I make my whole life so worse? 4 walls, a ceiling, the floor, and no door. Mentally exhausted, can't take it no more. It's the experiment of life, my soul is less siped. I'm guessing it's just a gamble, it's the roll of the dice. I'm encaged with rage, holding the ace of spades. Configured to be a race, I'm faced with pain. Controlled in a small cage with no place to break. Surrounded by enemies and plenty of bad memories. Rough around the edges, coated with emery. A single structure, attacking your hemoglobin. Provoking your mind's broken, distorting the lines, hoping. Groping your hate focus, can't help you with coping. It's the clash of your soul and your physical flesh. One twist of your decisions, you can vision the rest. This lethal Gillette, it's something that you can't forget. Mental scars never heal, is the reality check. And yo, I'm stuck in a cube, don't know what to do. These walls is closing in, and I'm burning my bridge. It's illusions of life, that's how I learned from birth. How the hell did I make my whole life so worth? And yo, I'm stuck in a cube, don't know what to do. These walls is closing in, and I'm burning my bridge. It's illusions of life, that's how I learned from birth. How the hell did I make my whole life so worse?
I walk in, begin around 9-10. Evil eyes are watching when I clock in. Avoid the structure that provides my income. Paupers in the castle messing up the kingdom. I'm a prisoner, not a human being. Stuck in a cubicle with this computer computer screen. Getting claustrophobic, walls are closing in. Pressure's building up and something's gotta give. All that work I put in, it doesn't mean zip. At the end of my shift, I need weed on my lips. I gotta puff until my eyes are past bloodshot. Cause if not, you'll get blown away just like snot. Paranoia lingers in my cerebellum. Voices in my frontal lobe instructing me to kill 'em. I'm just a villain in the office trying to make a living. Take a step further and I'm jumping from this fucking building. You know that feeling, you're about to snap. Search for a way out but you can't find a map. Clearly visible but hidden in plain sight. Avoided by all Japanese nuclear site. Am I really crazy? They say I gotta be imbalanced chemistry, a pulverized reality. Second head on my shoulder led to my depression. Shoved it through the computer and showed it my aggression.
Yo, I'm stuck in a cube, don't know what to do. These walls is closing in and I'm burning my bridge. It's illusions of life, that's how I learned from birth. How the hell did I make my whole life so work? Hey yo, I'm stuck in a cube, don't know what to do. These walls is closing in and I'm burning my bridge. It's illusions of life, that's how I learned from birth. How the hell did I make my whole life so worse?
It is important to understand that when someone has depression, there are actual physical changes in the structure of the brain, as well as reduced levels of important chemicals called neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are chemical messengers that allow communication between nerves.
It's your one and only drama queen. Make sure you check me out on breakthroughradio.com.
Strike with the words, the lyrics is just written. Forget it is unfitting to listen beyond the limits. Ever notice what's really missing? Persistent admission, paralyzed by the bullshit that you constantly hearing. Surprised on my uprise from the dirty disguise. Unfiltered to come direct and cut next with the rawness. Grasping my sanity while you make music for checks. I play position, I strike with the vengeance is my intentions. But then I mention I'm training with multiple weapons. The slice of my incision, putting prosthetic vision. It's the strike of the lyrics, the tug of war and hip-hop, performing in tidal waves, cause we tired of pop. We flood the airwaves in Darkstarz. We don't worry about no women, no chains, no flashy clothes or cars. Understand cause we lyrically know. Understand when we blasting the microphone, letting you know. We letting you know, it's the strike of the lyrics, so we in the zone. Everybody gotta listen closely to the lyrics. Throw your hands up if hip-hop's your feeling, feeling, feeling. We letting you know, it's the strike of the lyrics, so we in the zone. Everybody gotta listen closely to the lyrics. Throw your hands up if hip-hop's your feeling, feeling, feeling.
Skip the dot, don't even bother to listen. Just another rapper talking about how his diamonds glisten. I know what you're missing, they call it talent. You got the dough, clothes, hoes, that's apparent. Now when it comes to skills, not very many. That's why I had to bust like New Orleans levies. Rock steady on the mic, I don't need five. My lyrics strike like flint knives through windpipes. Practice your craft, my autograph is graph. Boom bap on the track and letting the needle scratch. And after that, still doing my break dance. How many hip-hop artists can say that? They dash for camera flash and red carpets. Your rhymes lethargic, you must be retarded. So that you know, it's the SMA RTS. Get the name right if you ever wanna come and test.
We letting you know, it's the strike of the lyrics, so we in the zone. Everybody gotta listen closely to the lyrics. Throw your hands up if hip-hop's your feeling, feeling, feeling. We letting you know, it's the strike of the lyrics, so we in the zone. Everybody gotta listen closely to the lyrics. Throw your hands up if hip-hop's your feeling, feeling. Hey yo, I dive in it. Hip-hop is what we ride with it. Darkstarz, baby, you know we die with it. That's why we guide with it, with different minds vivid. It's a surprise when we hide and the lies in it. Here's a demonstration of what you tasting. We killing each other, we got bigger things we facing. Back in the days it was respecting the lyrics, but now it's whack lyrics and the people who wanna hear it. The radio stations playing the same thing again, like giving the underground a chance to get in. Is it the end? Should we believe or pretend? Hip-hop started with a paper and pen, with a voice that's coming within too many sins. It was a chance to teach everyone we reach. Soon as it blows up, now we can't teach. Now everybody talking like we gangsta hood, but we ain't learning nothing, being stuck in the hood. It's the strike of the lyrics, so we in the zone. Everybody gotta listen closely to the lyrics. Throw your hands up if hip-hop's your feeling, feeling, feeling. We letting you know it's the strike of the lyrics. So we in the zone. Everybody gotta listen closely to the lyrics. Throw your hands up and hip hop's your feeling. We letting you know it's the strike of the lyrics. So we in the zone. Everybody gotta listen closely to the lyrics. Throw your hands up and hip hop's your feeling. Feeling.
It's Miss Drama here on BTR, and of course, you are only Drama Queen. I'm in the studio with another exclusive artist interview, and I have Caper. He's in the hot seat. How are you?
How you doing?
Good. Now, where are you from exactly? NYC area?
Yes, I'm from the Bronx, but I was raised in Harlem.
Okay, so you're from the Bronx, New York, and then you're raised in Harlem. So you basically know the ins and outs of the city and what really goes down, specifically, you know, that borough. It's a lot of hip hop around that area, the
Yes.
Bronx, New York. So, you know, of course, you are here to talk a little bit about what you've been doing and kind of your movement. You have the name of Caper, though, right?
Yes.
It sounds like you're up to no good. Where does Caper come from? Like, you know, you're trying to, you know, it sounds like you're about to do something that's a little bit questionable. Where does this name come from?
The name originated when I was a youth. When I was a teenager, I used to do graffiti art.
Okay.
So that was actually my tag name.
Okay.
And that's how that started. And behind that, it became to a meaning. And what I made it like mean, it was like, can all people estimate reality?
Okay, acronym. So it's like an acronym.
Yes.
Okay. So you weren't, pulling any capers in the streets or anything. Some things.
No, I can't tell you that I'm an angel. I've
Okay.
done my bad. But,
Okay.
You know.
All right, but nothing crazy. Nothing I should expect. No FBI busting
No.
in. Whatever. Okay, good. That's always good. All right. So we are listening to your music through the breaks. We just heard your song "Strike of the Lyrics," which has that 90s hip hop sound to me. Do you identify with that era more than the current one? I mean, I feel like it's very thematic of kind of the music you make.
Well, the 90s era is known as the golden era of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the best hip hop was out and everything was more aware and self-conscious in the music and the messages that they were saying. So I adapt, like with that kind of style, like I remember everything from the 90s era and how it made me feel.
Right.
And that's how I fell in love with hip hop.
Okay. Now, this song was featured on your Strike the Lyrics album?
Yes.
Okay. Which is currently out, and where is it available for those who want to, get access to it?
It's actually available on darkstarsrecords.com/caper. It's on thatpiff.com. It's mostly everywhere. SoundCloud.
Okay. All right. Now, explain this title, Strike of the Lyrics. I would assume that you were giving energy to the lyrics and that there's a message and there's something going on, because there seems to be an emphasis on the lyrics, which is words. And we understand that seemingly artists today don't necessarily focus on lyrics. So this must mean something very significant to you.
Well, with today's music, everything has changed and it's taken on into a different path with the music in this kind of generation. And what I feel is everything is based on just the beat and not the lyrics. People are actually not listening to what they're actually playing. They'll just repeat the words.
Right.
But they're not really paying attention to the actual message behind it.
Yeah, it's a little scary out there at times. So, since this is mostly an introduction to you, I had the opportunity to kind of read up a little bit on what you've done and what you're doing. And, I see that a lot of your work has been basically an album. It's not necessarily what we are used to in the sense of an artist who is up and coming. They throw out some mixtapes. You mostly focused on albums. Why not the mixtape route? Why so much on this album? And you basically, were some for free or were they all for sale? How did you go about as far as putting them out there?
Well, the way I do it is I work singles and I'll probably maybe sell a couple of singles, but most of my albums, I give them out for free.
Okay.
I prefer people to have that chance to listen to different kinds of music, even if it's, for free. By giving it to you for free, you having that chance to expose yourself to that element of hip hop.
Okay. And so you felt it was important to put out an album because you wanted it all to be original music and to have that feel of a story, or was it just something that you thought you needed to do?
I felt I needed to create multiple albums and put them out there. I have a couple of little mixtape things, but that wasn't never my thing. Mixtape to me is actually the same thing as an album. You're just calling it a mixtape.
Okay. All right. So basically, you feel like your albums are mixtapes in some ways?
No, I for me they're albums, but I'm cross-referencing between a mixtape and an album because it's basically the same thing if you really think about it. On a mixtape, you might have somebody that hosts your album. I mean your mixtape, but on mine I don't. I just actually just go through with the music. I have skits and a different intro, and I just allow my creativity to flow.
But it's original music though, right?
Yes.
Okay. So usually mixtapes they tend to have songs that are different artists' tracks, and then they kind of put in their own lines and verses and whatnot. So that's why I thought more so this was something that you were deviating from, like that mixtape feel isn't what we hear a lot with your music. So I don't know, I mean that's a comparison that you have, but I feel like it's different, and I want people to be aware of that. You're not getting the rudimentary mixtape type of project from you. You're getting an album, you're getting a lot of different things which maybe the listeners are very much interested in. So I wanted to identify that. All right. So, you are in the process of gearing up for another album, right? And it's called Soldier of Life.
Yes.
Explain the significance of this title because, you kind of went from Strike of the Lyrics to Soldier of Life. Seems like you're battling a lot. What's going on? You going through it right now? I mean, it seemed like it's a whole bunch of fighting and battling and soldier and things of that nature.
Well, Soldier of Life, when someone hears that title, they are gonna think of a soldier or a war, like you were saying. But in my mind, the way I see it is every day we battle our own wars with everything that we deal with in life. Every day is a struggle, and there's different things that's thrown in your path, and you have to learn how to either walk past it or go through it.
Okay. So that's kind of what this album will be about, what you're going through on a day-to-day basis, or...
Well, I would say some of the things are based on experiences, and the other ones are based on what I see around me from other people's experiences that I've spoken to, or it's just something I've seen maybe on the news. But it's life. It's what people are dealing with, and a lot of people don't really think about that. They only think about the stuff they're dealing with, but they don't understand it could be worse if you was put in someone else's shoes.
Okay, so you talk about what everybody else is dealing with and kind of putting things in perspective.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. All right, so just of course we want to make sure we know where to get this. Where will it be available, and when exactly will it be available?
Well, it's going to be available around August.
Okay.
It's going to be available on iTunes, Amazon, Napstar. Over 250 stores online worldwide is going to be available.
Okay, but free, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's backtrack a little bit because, of course, we're here to talk about what you currently have going on, but I want people to get a little bit of a history lesson or a little bit of an education on you so that maybe there is something that they can identify with or resonate with, but basically I want people to know who you are. Okay. So, I want to start essentially when it kind of started for you. When did music become more than, let's say, a hobby for you? I'm assuming it is more than just a hobby.
Yes.
Okay. So when did you decide this is something that you were going to take seriously?
Well, I fell in love with hip hop as a child. Living in Brooklyn, had my uncles. They used to break dance and do graffiti art.
Okay.
So I fell in love with the music then, and then as I got older, I progressed into DJing. And from DJing, I went by the moniker of DJ Hurricane. Okay. And when I lived in Harlem and I used to put my mixtapes out, that's when and around the 90s when I used to play all the mixtapes in the cabs with the systems. Mm-hmm. And after that, I progressed into an MC. With one of my mixtapes that I created an intro for it, and I rapped on the intro, and everyone loved it. So I just felt so like it was naturally calling me to do it.
Now, of course, I see the obvious. You're a little older in the game. You're not like you're 15, 16, 19, 20. So how has your music and movement changed over the years? I know that you mentioned, you were a DJ when you first started. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in the next segment. But, essentially, what did you first think kind of getting involved in the hip hop? And what are your thoughts now? Because, you're not necessarily... I'm assuming not naive to the business, not naive to the industry. You have put some time into this since you said that you first fell in love when you were a child. Mm-hmm. So now that you are an adult and you have been through, I'm assuming, some things, what are your thoughts on hip hop now and where it is? And what were your thoughts when you first started off? I mean, are you in a place where you're saying, I'm going to continue this ride, I'm going to continue this movement? Or are you at a place where, I have a love for music and I always have a love for music, but I'm very sober to what this is all about?
Well, The way I feel is I've been doing this a very long time. I'm very passionate about my craft on what I do. And I'm never going to stop. It doesn't matter how old I'm going to be, or it's like age to me is relevant. Like irrelevant when it comes to like music. Take for instance like the Beatles or the greatest bands in the world. You don't tell them that they're too old to make their music.
You don't, because they've had so many hits. They've already created a name for themselves. But being an artist who is technically still up and coming, because you haven't quite solidified that name, like your name is not a household name as of yet, hopefully. But, I have to wonder, I mean, is there an idea of like, am I going to keep pushing this movement knowing that, I'm assuming there's things that you want to accomplish and do in your life. And if music is a priority, there has to be some type of sacrifice.
Well, honestly, I do multiple things. I actually go to school. I work. I'm a single parent.
Okay.
And I still make time to make my music. I have my own record label, my own artists.
Okay.
I do graphic art design. I shoot music videos. The list keeps continuously going.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk a lot about that because I want to delve into the different facets of what you do, because I know there's other things that you do, and I think some people may want to know more about that side, because a lot of artists will come here and say I'm an artist, I'm a rapper, this is what I do, but in totality they can't live off of that. So we're going to talk about the reality of being an artist and kind of get into some of your background, continue with that story of you as a DJ, and just really like I say, delve in deep, because this is the hot seat. All right, You're listening to Miss Drama here on BTR. We'll be back. It's your one and only Drama Queen. Make sure you check me out on Breakthrough Radio, where we break new artists.
I warn you, you have no chance. You recognize this technique?
And yo, I spike mic, striking the right, but still excite. Investing into this essence, stay strapped like Air Nikes. The damage is critical, feel the force of the lyrical. The impact reacts, my minerals is imperial. Slice spikes precise, your life just flashed twice. Advice was too enticed, despite you wasn't nice. Invisible to the eye, see through your disguise. My knowledge is just entwined to the roots of my mind.
I slice mics precise like ancient engineering. You're a sacrifice, mind priest got you fearing. Accuracy amongst the highest marksmanships. Sinking battleships with the sound waves from my lips. Destroy structures like the walls of Jericho. Vaporize your minerals like calorie, that's medical. Splice you down atomically, separate your molecules. My reign is cruel, dictations burning rocket fuel.
Yo, venomous the visionary within a silent temple deep inside the abyss. Acidic drips upon the mental. I've lost coincidence to find the pain that holds my sin, controlling every notion. Hoping to plant explosives, corrosive. Outflow the ocean, rope blizzards to get me toasted. I'm open, not like a violent demon in the darkness. Sitting on a park bench, feasting on your hardship. No kidding, bitch, blood dripping from your carcass.
It's awkward, backwards. The facts splurge on the fat turds. And the blackbirds flash first. The blast herbs and crash firm. Natural cat that herds the cattle and hurts with shits on curbs. I commit crimes 6 times in rich kinds of strychnine. The shit finds the earth slides. Earth minds of immersed blind. The turbines work fine.
The vertical slice be hurting the mic. My words swipe, you heard it precise. I'm curving you, mic. You heard bite. I fed to the eagle, bark on the beak. The bird flight. The mental invader brandishes sabers, my sword light. Lyrical Sith, I spiritual rip and force fight. Alias Christ, I've been nice since God forged light. Grip metal like blacksmith, magnet on my hand shift. Defacing your wax bit and reshaping this rap shit. With the ella syllables that be gracing my chap lips.
Take the child.
I meant to name neither, motherfucker.
This man's a killer. What do you mean? That's what you're here for. I want justice and nothing more.
It's your one and only Drama Queen. You're listening to Miss Drama here on BTR.
Yo, I'm on a mission, feel the blaze from the kitchen. The pot's boiling, cooking up what's really missing. I'm a force to be reckoned with. When those who comatose and I'm leaving you breathless. No time for double faces, haters with no occupation. No room to lose, so I'm ready for the application. The mic rebel, cause I stand for the culture. I ain't selling my soul to help and feed the vultures. The world's distorted, the message never made it through. So much we lost, but we still don't have a clue. A civilization, false determination. Yeah, we standing proud, look around, lost nation. So many pictures being portrayed on the canvas. The paint's missing, but we never see the color vanish. The mind's clouded, rerouted to never talk about it. The ones that see it is the ones that you always doubted.
The mic is contacted, I attract clientele.
I'm feeling another part of reality.
The mic is contacted, I attract clientele.
I'm feeling another part of reality.
The mic is contacted, I attract clientele.
Whack MCs leave the stage. Put the mic down.
I bring the essence of hip-hop. It's not the money or the fame, but I'm surprised at the pit stop. I love to be creative, innovative. I love to rock on the mic with the DJ on the fader. I love to be poetic and so energetic. I guess it's something that people really forgetting. There's no understatements when you graze the pavement. You learn to lose when you grew up with really nothing. No time for stunting when you loving this art. You can listen to the lyrics cause it's coming from the heart. I guess this game really take your soul from ya. No need to eat cause you'd rather get a Hummer. I'm an artist that was left in the dark, so I'm paving the way to embrace the dark with the sparks. No need to tell you that I'm shooting it up or pouring liquor in the cup only for an image.
The mic is contacted, I attract clientele.
I'm feeling another part of reality.
The mic is contacted, I attract clientele.
I'm feeling another part of reality.
The mic is contacted, I attract clientele.
Whack MCs leave the stage. Put the mic down.
No room for gimmicks, just the mic and the beat. Experiences always speak than the lies that we teach. I remember when I looked up the MCs, but half of them are gone and all that's left is the empties. We gotta make it strong, take control and get it on. Hip-hop is deep, do you really listen to the song? No ifs or buts about it, unless your mind is clouded. Unless you really kids and never knew nothing about it. I guess there's pop art now with these Pop-Tarts. No good breakfast, sugar rush just to start. I ain't even trying to drop some punchlines, just educate you with the rhymes from my time. You probably saying, damn, this dude is old, but when you listen to a classic, it's still really old. That only means the MCs had a generation. Just off be playing and amazing when it's dry like raisins.
The mic is contacted, I attract clientele.
I'm feeling another part of reality.
The mic is contacted, I attract clientele.
I'm feeling another part of reality.
The mic is contacted, I attract clientele.
Whack MCs leave the stage. Put the mic down.
It's Miss Drama here on BTR, and we're back with K-Pa. He's still in the hot seat. We know we're just talking a little bit about kind of how you came into this whole hip-hop thing and, kind of, as I mentioned before, really, going a little deeper into what you actually do, because it's not just the music that you make. You have other things that are in the midst of that as well. We actually just heard the song Vision Seeker, which I actually liked. I feel like it has a lot of potential to it. It has a good flow sound, very authentic New York to me, in my opinion. It sort of sounds production-wise like DJ Premier, I'm sure you probably heard that before. Who did this production? Was it you?
No, I actually got that from a friend, but I actually forgot the name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but, talking about a DJ, last segment, you mentioned that you were a DJ at one time called DJ Hurricane. So what happened to that? Why did you transition from being a DJ to an artist? And do you still DJ? Are you still involved in that in any
Well, I don't really DJ anymore. I still have my turntables at home. I mess with it sometimes in free time. Mm-hmm. But actually what happened with that is like my life took a different turn or path.
Okay.
So I had to
What do you mean by that? Like what path did it take? A right instead of a left?
I could say it went both ways.
Okay.
It went both ways. I was about 17 years old and I was out on my own. Mm-hmm. So I had to begin, the journey of my life to get myself together and do what I have to do.
Okay.
So I actually went into the military for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And after that, I came out, got myself a little job here, there, and started getting myself a place. And then from there, I started to continue.
So 17, most kids are finishing up high school, thinking about college. Was that a means for you to continue your, more education, or were your parents done with you at that time? What was the, motivation to go into the military? Because you ask kids nowadays, military, what you talking about, especially if they have aspirations of being DJ and artist or whatnot.
Actually, I got my diploma at 16. I was in a gifted class.
Oh, wow. That's great.
I surpassed a lot of challenges there. Mm-hmm. After that, the area where I lived, everything was going wrong. I could tell you the path that I would have took, it would have been the wrong one.
Right.
So I decided to put myself in the military to give myself a chance, remove myself from the situation, and create a better solution.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, especially since that was a decision that you primarily made. I mean, what did your parents say? I mean, were they pro that, or were they like, that's crazy, or?
Well, my parents, they said it would be a good idea. That way I can get myself away from that element there.
Okay. So that kind of ended the whole DJ thing for the time being. But when you got out of there, is that when you kind of focused in on being an artist? And talk about that transition to being a producer as well, because I know you created the label called Darkstarz Records.
Yeah.
And you go by the alias of G Dark, right? So, you seem to have a lot of aliases. Hurricane, Capa. I mean, what's going on? You running from somebody I should know?
No.
Okay, just making sure. But, talk a little bit about getting out of the whole military thing, and then how do you get into the production element? Because it just seems like you were doing a lot of different things, and,
Well, with the production element, when I used to DJ, you're mixing different beats and different sounds.
Right.
So at that time, I was mixing up maybe like 4, 5, 6 different records all at the same time with different sources and inputs and stuff. And I was creating new beats out of that. And from that, I actually bought myself a small little Boss drum machine, and I would make little drum patterns with that. And that's how I began.
So, now you're looking, not necessarily looking, but now you have, this production company, right?
A record label.
A record label and a production company. You are also an artist. You're a producer. So let's just get down to the nitty gritty. I mean, what actually pays the bills? I mean, how is this movement really supported? Because you do a lot of things which are in the entertainment lane, and we know that's more of an investment than a paycheck, being an up-and-coming artist. So you say you do other things, videos and this, that. So what is the source of the movement? Like, where does that come from? Do you have a 9 to 5, a 6 to 10, or is that also included in the bunch?
Actually, I work for the city.
You work for the city? Okay. What do you do for the city?
I'm a caseworker, actually.
Caseworker. So you just like, you're part Latino, part Jamaican. You got a lot of jobs going on. I'm saying, how many jobs you got, brother?
Well, as much as I could do, I could tell you that. I try to
make it happen.
Yeah.
I see. And you're a single dad as well, which is a full-time job in itself.
Yes.
So how old is your child?
I have my son, he's 13. I have my daughter, she's 12, and my other daughter's 9.
Okay, so you're taking care of all of them by yourself?
Yes.
So what happened to the moms?
Well, I was married at a point, and she actually got up and abandoned us, so...
Are you serious?
Yes.
That is so unbelievable. I'm sure that has happened to other people, but when you hear it, you just always think of like who would abandon their child. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's the same question I asked myself.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's been a while now. These children are a little bit older, but has there been any communication with her?
Well, it's here and there. It's like maybe once every 6, 7, 8 months sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Is she not okay?
I'm not even sure.
I mean, like in the right mind sense.
To me, you can't be in the right mind sense if you're going to actually abandon your own children. There's nothing in this world that could make anyone do that.
Right. No, I totally get that. So, it seems like the struggle is real. You know what I mean? Like, you're focused on being this artiste. You're trying to essentially make the, or at least I'm assuming you're taking the entrepreneurship and trying to make that the focal point. But you have 3 kids. You have other things that you're trying to, you gotta keep it 100. So, what would you say is the ultimate goal for you? I mean, are you looking to, because of course, being a producer and, hearing some, I mean, I don't know if all the music that I've heard has been your production, but, you have been able to do some things with that. The music, it sounds good for the most part. I haven't listened to every single song that you made, but, the little tracks here and there sound good. So are you looking to be signed? Are you looking to just, essentially make enough where you don't have to have the 9 to 5 off of the music? I mean, what is your ultimate goal? What is success for you as an artist? Because to everyone, it's different.
Well, my goal is basically to be happy with whatever I'm doing.
Okay.
So if, music is my passion and everything else that comes along with it during, through the media and stuff.
Right.
If that's my passion, I feel like that's something I would love to accomplish and do, My kids support me and everything.
So do you ever feel like, okay, you seem to be pretty content with what you're doing, right? Mm-hmm. So essentially, you're not necessarily looking for any quote unquote results. You're just looking for a peace of mind in doing what you do, which from my understanding, you seem to have already. So then let's put it, and this is very not necessarily to incite a certain response, but it's more so just to have a better understanding. Like, then what's the purpose of, I would say, and I'm not saying that you don't, but like, I guess if you're content with what you're doing, there is really no need to go hard. You just got to just keep on doing what you're doing. I mean, is that where you are? Because usually people who are focused, like, okay, I have to see this happen. I would like to see this happen. That's what I would say is ambition. Like, it's this idea of there has to be a progress. But from what I'm getting from our conversation, you're not looking for progress. You're just happy in the state that you are. Actually, no.
The way I see it is like my goal, I have to be content with what I'm doing now.
Okay.
So I just want to progress with my record label, with my films and my music. But I'm just content with it. I'm happy that I actually take the time to continue my craft when other people would just simply give up. Okay. I mean, to each its own. I mean, I'm trying to still wrap my mind around it, partly because, it's the idea that there is something that you are trying to attain. But if you've attained what you've already put your mind to, which is having your label, being a producer, and making music, then what's the next step? I always say there has to be something more, but apparently you already reached it because you're doing what you love to do. So with that in mind, let's talk a little bit about the production, because I kind of want to understand kind of how your label functions. Are you working with any artists at this time, and who are these artists? Yes, I have artists. I have a group called Bloody Raw, another group called PCP. I have my other artist, Smarts. I have a new R&B soul artist. Her name is Belle. I have another artist. He's also a producer. His name is Darkstarz. Okay. And we have another artist by the name of Style Master, and a female beat maker by the name of AR-17. Okay. So are you focused more so just as being the producer of this label, or are you manager? I mean, what is your position, and do you have others who are helping to kind of push these artists as well? Well, I'm CEO. I'm a producer. And I also have my other artists that work alongside me doing other things as well. Then I have my other staff. But we're a small staff. We only about like 7 people. Okay. So far. But we're, every day we're growing. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that seems to be something that you are successful in to some degree. I mean, I haven't, looked at all the minute details, but it sounds like it's functioning. So, because you started this whole type of movement here, if opportunity came up for you to be signed, are you even remotely interested, or are you just at a good place right now where if you're not even looking towards that? Well, if I'm going to be signed, I prefer a distribution deal. Okay. It's the way I see it as an independent. You gain more. You have more flow of creativity. Okay. And you don't have a whole bunch of people like looking over you, like hanging over your shoulder to make you keep doing something that isn't you. Okay. So I know we gotta take a break soon, but if you can change anything about hip hop, what would you change? I would add more conscious music in there. It shouldn't only just be dance music. I like the dance music. Don't get me wrong. So do you dance? Is that what you're saying? I don't really dance. That isn't me really. Okay, so no getting down, two-stepping. If it's Spanish music, I'll do. Okay, I dance. So you do some bachata or something like that. Okay. There you go. All right, so you would want more conscious, and like I said, you've been grinding for a minute. I'm assuming you've learned a lot of things through this time from start to where you are now. So what would you say is the biggest lesson you've learned thus far? Well, my lesson to me is just basically keep going, keep doing what you're doing. If you really focus and love what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Don't worry about anybody else or someone else's views. If you live your life based on somebody else's views, then you're not living your life at all. Okay. Well, I think that's reasonable. And I know we got to take a break. So when we come back, we're going to get into some hot seat questions, get your thoughts and opinions on hip hop and rap artists and things of that nature. And just, continue this whole, I guess, introduction of Caper. All right. When we return here on BTR. This is Caper. You're listening to Miss Drama on BTR.
of this world, come with me to my planet.
I'm consumed inside this planet. The earth is ready to vanish. The sky's wise man standing here. I'm Hispanic. Watching these people suffer, making their lives complicated. Man, you know it. This planet is overrated. I agree, these human beings is pestering fleas. Send me a ship, we burning it down just like debris. There's so many ugly people that resemble debris. Even the Catholic priest is sickening in diseases, and people kill each other while they praying for Jesus. While structures still stand, they build this for the pieces. While the plagues run the planet, wanna illuminate the skies. So many sins of evil, getting greedy just to die. There's no future here, just a diabolical quest. These people are confused, they don't know their own sex. Fighting for black gold, the heart is so cold. It's a wonder why the thunder entices, striking excitement.
Coming in, all sword arms, commence, after transcending maneuvers. Our orders are to evaporate this planet while they're destroying themselves. Leave no human alive, for their chiefs still kill and lie.
As we attack the earth, you see the bodies covered in dirt. People running, screaming like they running from demons. We silly, pathetic humans is very amusing. Only care about greed with everything that they doing. Starting wars with other countries, not caring who they screwing.
Captain, we got them covered, we surrounded the planet.
Good, let's make them sweat before we start in this havoc. So many chances was given, abused, sinned and driven. All these evil within, all these men and women. It's time to stop this disease from spreading the universe. Activate the weapon system, time to hit them where it hurts.
All systems are loaded, ready, including the gamma burn.
Then prepare to shatter the whole planet's landscapes. Evaporate the water and all of the lakes. It's a fake they created, now it's time to disintegrate them. So many years that was wasted with all of our ultimatums.
Mission completed. Babylon is now dead.
This is Caper. You're listening to Breakthrough Radio, where we break new artists.
Caper, Darkstarz Productions. What? Let's ride. Spit them hot ones, lay low, Top Gun, pop guns, got them, watch them blossom, that's awesome. Watch me just toss them, passing customs, made in the custom. Okay, dust them, go ahead, cuss them, smash and bust them. YouTube channel, beat so hard, break the keys over piano. Played in the iPod, played in the Nano. A little something for you little bastards. Fire hazard, blazing traffic, flows is fantastic, melt like it's plastic, swag so drastic, flip like gymnastics. My action got some passion, beats in the making, watch me thrash them, room my past them, fast in a Lambo, all muscled up and guns like Rambo.
Feel the pain, burn like fire, time to exit, go retire. Flows is hot and yours is not. This ain't pop, this real hip hop. Feel the pain, burn like fire, time to exit, go retire. Flows is hot and yours is not. This ain't pop, this real hip hop.
Burn like hot flames, my name's Caper. Do it for the love, I accept that paper. Bass with the phaser, fast like lasers. Cannon so big, it was straight out race ya. Dodging the charger, swift on the highway. I would spend my days, Monday and Friday. Saturdays, fly day, Sundays, my day. In the studio, making hits for the radio. I spit verses, motor like Play-Doh. Y'all like to lay low, cause I'm lethal. Sniff it up your nose, my flow's bad equal. Tell your peoples, this a sequel. Some music greater, others ain't equal. Some are beneath you, some wanna teach you. Some wanna learn and some wanna beat you. A lot of people hate me, try to sneak you.
Feel the pain, burn like fire, time to exit, go retire. Flows is hot and yours is not. This ain't pop, this real hip hop. Feel the pain, burn like fire, time to exit, go retire. Flows is hot and yours is not. This ain't pop, this real hip hop.
Quit your staring, take a picture, cause it lasts longer. Racing dish ya, bass is shaking, ask your sister. Flows with the roll, trying to make some dough. I'm 8 digits, use it, roll. My revolution, facts I'm choosing. Lyrics overwhelming, true confusing. Really think about it, stop your snoozing. Real hip hop, no time for abusing. Mass contusion, so amusing. Full of illusions, tight pants wearing. No one's caring. Walk down the street like your ass is flaring. Trying to walk hard, but your chest you naring. You just fearing being original. My sounds analog, sometimes digital.
Feel the pain, burn like fire. Time to exit, don't be tired. Flows is hot and yours is not. This ain't pop, it's real hip hop. Feel the pain, burn like fire. Time to exit, don't be tired. Flows is hot and yours is not. This ain't pop, it's real hip hop. Feel the pain, burn like fire. Time to exit, don't be tired. Flows is hot and yours is not. This ain't pop, it's real hip hop. Feel the pain, burn like fire. Time to exit, don't be tired. Flows is hot and yours is not. This ain't pop, it's real hip hop. Hip hop. Hip hop. Real hip hop. Hip hop. Hip hop. Hip hop.
It's your one and only drama queen. We are back, and we have Caper. He's still in the hot seat. You doing good, right?
Yeah, the seat is sizzling.
Sizzling. It's not even hot. I'm asking very easy, breezy questions. All right. So, we've been talking a lot about what you've been up to, kind of what you're involved with. You have a new album coming up, August, right?
Yeah.
And the name of the album, just remind them.
Soldier of Life.
Soldier of Life. It's going to be available online. And, you also mentioned that you work with a lot of different artists, up-and-coming talents. You're a producer. Is there a certain criteria for you to work with artists? I mean, must they have a good name or a good catalog of music? Or does money talk for you when it comes to production?
It's wow. Do you mean like in terms of just producing for anyone or my own artist on my label?
for anyone.
Or for anyone, I would make a beat for anyone. It's just like you said, money talks. I have to create some kind of income to generate to fulfill what I'm trying to do with Darkstarz Records.
Okay, all right. I was just curious. And what is the range for someone to get a Caper beat? Is there like a price, a range or a price tag that you usually say, if you're gonna come to me, make sure you have at least $35 or something like that? I don't know.
No. Well, everything is different. Sometimes I put up stuff online and people just buy it. When I put it up like that, I give them a good deal for it. As a struggling artist, it's not easy to come out with a whole bunch of money for a track. But if they want to buy it exclusive, then it's it would be a different price. It'd be a higher price because it's exclusively being leased to them.
Right. So what is your range though for people who are just like, well, I want to know.
Exclusive?
Yeah.
About $500.
$500.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, look, let's do something that I like to do on the show to kind of, because you are an artist, you consider yourself an MC, right? So you're that means you're not a novice to using words. It means you have a good command on your words, right? So I'm gonna have you do something that I like to call the Drama Queen freestyle. And basically what it is you don't have to be a freestyle artist to participate. You just have to be somebody up for the challenge, and you look to be one who is up for a challenge. So with that being said, I'm gonna have you do a 30-second freestyle. However, because they do call me a drama queen, I'm going to have you incorporate 3 words of my choice into the freestyle. 3 regular mundane words. And because I know that you are such an awesome producer, I'm not even going to give you a beat. I'm just going to let you rock a cappella. And we're just going to mix it up, all right?
Okay.
So 3 words I'm going to give you. I'm going to tell them to you now. I'm going to think of them and tell them to you now. I'll, repeat them a couple times. And if you forget one of them, just point at me or look at me or say something, and I'll repeat it out to you. But 3 words, 30 seconds or less, incorporate them in the freestyle, and just have fun, all right?
Okay.
So the first one I'm going to give you is going to be hula hoop. Second word I'm going to give you is going to be, let's do ketchup. And then the last word I'm going to give you is going to be garlic. All right? Okay. 3 regular, simple words. Hula hoop, ketchup, and garlic. Very simple, all right? So let me kind of set you up and you go in. Do what you do. It's your one and only drama queen. Of course, we have the very talented Caper. He is in the hot seat, and he's about to set us off with a dynamic, over-the-top freestyle using the words hula hoop, ketchup, and garlic. Hula hoop, ketchup, and garlic. Let's go.
Okay, I make beats on the MPC, sometimes a Fruity Loops. I make the beat turn sideways like a hula hoop. Make you understand?
Ketchup.
You still try to catch up when I'm pour it up like ketchup. You get wet up.
Garlic.
It still put some garlic in my pizza and some crazy stuff. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're up for the challenge. Might not be used on your next album, but I see that you had fun with it, and that's what counts. All right. So let's get some short answer questions before we go, all right? These are just opinion-based. You can, say what comes to you. All right. What are 3 things labels should be looking for when signing artists nowadays?
Creativity, leadership, and someone that's willing to work hard.
Okay. Who would you say is the most intelligent rapper in the game right now?
Wow. To me, I would say Nas, Immortal Technique.
Okay. On the flip side, who would you say is the most ignorant?
There's too many. That's a huge list.
Just pick one who you think is pretty ignorant. Just saying ignorant things, making ignorant moves.
Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy. Okay. All right. Who would you say, in your opinion, besides yourself or anybody you're affiliated with, is the most underrated rapper in the game right now?
Immortal Technique.
Okay. On the flip side, who would you say is the most overrated?
Most overrated, Lil Wayne.
Okay. Who would you say is the most lyrical artist in the game right now, in your opinion?
It would be like Immortal Technique, Diabolic.
Okay. Yeah. On the flip side, who would you say offers the weakest rhymes?
2 Chainz.
Okay. This one's called Pass or No Pass, okay? Basically, you're going to reply by saying pass, meaning you agree with it. No pass, meaning you don't agree with it. It's not okay to you. So pass, meaning you agree. No pass, meaning you won't give them a pass. It's not okay. All right? Telling the truth to stay out of jail. Pass or no pass?
No pass.
Okay. Wearing brightly colored or tight-fitting clothing as a rapper. Pass or no pass?
No pass.
Okay. Kissing another rapper on the mouth as a way to greet him because he's your daddy and you miss him.
Definitely no pass.
Okay. Supporting a alternative or gay rapper.
Pass.
Okay. This is called deal or no deal. Here's how it goes. You're going to respond by saying deal or no deal. All right, here's how it goes. You are a major label CEO. You have the power to give these artists that I'm going to name a deal or a no deal. However, you cannot base it upon what they've done. I don't care if they won 10 Grammys. I don't care if they went platinum 10 times. You can only base it upon if they're hot and if they're going to make you money. Okay?
Okay.
Deal or no deal. You write them a check for $1 million, will you get that $1 million back? All right. Wale, deal or no deal?
Deal.
Mano, deal or no deal?
No deal.
Jim Jones, deal or no deal?
Deal.
R. Kelly, deal or no deal?
Deal.
Little Boosie, deal or no deal?
Deal.
Plies, deal or no deal?
No deal.
Ace Hood, deal or no deal?
Deal.
Slim Thug, deal or no deal?
Deal.
Clips, deal or no deal?
Deal.
Soulja Boy, deal or no deal?
Deal.
Joe Budden, deal or no deal?
No deal.
Kid Cudi, deal or no deal?
Deal.
Nipsey Hussle, deal or no deal?
Deal.
Little B, deal or no deal?
No deal.
50 Tyson, deal or no deal?
No deal.
And finally, Mace, deal or no deal?
Deal.
All right. Well, I guess that's a good thing. Now, of course, we do have to wrap it up, but I want you to shout your people, your affiliations, and let us know what you have coming up next so we can check out.
Okay. Want to shout out to Darkstarz Records. Want to shout out Ocean, PCP, Bloody Raw, Bell, Death Star, Style Master, AF-17, and the rest of the fans. Thanks for checking us out. You're welcome to check us out at darkstarzrecords.com. And that's Darkstarz ending with a Z. And you can add me to Twitter at Darkstarz with a Z, ending with a Z. Thank you.
What's up? All right, it's your one and only drama queen. Thanks so much for Caper coming on the show and surviving the hot seat. Make sure you check me out each and every week with another exclusive artist interview here on BTR. Peace.
This is Caper. Make sure you check out BreakthroughRadio.com.